YouTube? Quinn Wade. Of course, I'm coming to you with that instant basketball analysis on this beautiful Monday evening. And we're going to talk about the Charlotte Hornets, one of my favorite teams to watch this season from the start of the season, including preseason, including Summer League. And now they're on a 7-game win streak because they beat the New Orleans Pelicans 102-95. The Pelicans 13-39 now, 5-20 on the road. The Hornets are 23-28, 11-13 at home. They're turning their season around. They're playing a lot better. They're moving the ball better. They're getting off the ball quicker. They still need to do better at that. And they're playing within, themselves too. You still got to get it on your own if something don't open up. You try to run plays. Of course, teams going to try to defend it, going to try to slow it down, going to try to stop it. So you got to be able to make some things happen on the fly. LaMelo's good at that. Brandon Miller's good at that. Now they got another piece in Con Knipple that's good at that. And you got to include Colin Sexton. 30-23, the Pelicans won the first quarter. They also won the second quarter, 34-26. It looked like it was going to be a blowout victory by the Pelicans, but it just all changed in that second half. The Hornets won it 29-18 the third quarter, and then they won the fourth quarter 24-13. They held the Pelicans under 20 points the last two quarters, the ones that matter the most when it decides the game and if you win or if you lose. That's just something that can't happen, but it did, and the Pelicans should be disappointed in themselves, especially the way they played in those first two. Herbert Jones was splashing in some threes. He went 4-7 from 3, 4 of 9 from the field. He finished with 12 points in 36 minutes. He had 7 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, and a block. 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and was a -8 in plus minus. That's what you expect him to do, is defend and play at a high level, obviously compete, and he does that without even having to be coached sometimes. It's just natural for him. It's in his bones, it's in his brain, it's in his body, it's what he's about. And you're just happy that he was able to score in double figures. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. This was a game where you got it from. The person that you wanted more from was Zion. He played 31 minutes. He had 14 points. He only finished 5 of 13 from the field and 4 of 9 from the free throw line. He did still get a double-double with 11 boards. But you look at this and say, well, we got up. We need somebody to help us, keep us ahead, and help close it for us. Zion didn't step up and get that done for them. 4 assists, 1 turnover, 3 offensive board, 4 personal fouls, and a -7 in plus minus. Trey Murphy, he played 37 minutes. That was the most on the team. He had 27 points, but he also took the most shots. He was 10 of 20 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. He did a good job of keeping the defense all on their heels. I mean, the drives, the pull-ups, and everything is something that he's trying to perfect, something he's trying to be great at every single game. He's still hit or miss this season, but he's getting better at it. His confidence level is better too. He did have 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 personal foul, and was a -10 in plus minus. Derek Queen, they left him open a lot in this one. In 31 minutes, he finished with 16. This is his best game in the last couple weeks. He's just been having a rough time at this part of the season. He's hit a rookie wall. 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. They kept giving him a lot of space and a lot of room to be able to take those shots. The best thing, he was making enough of them tonight. He even went 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He had 8 boards, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, and 3 steals and a block. If you're going to test him or you're going to try him, he will make a play on the ball, and it worked out for him a lot in this one, even though he did have 4 personal fouls, and he finished as a -9 in plus minus. Sadiq Bey, the only starter to not score in double figures. They needed more out of him, just like Zion. The problem with him, though, was he went 2 of 12 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. Even if the shot was easier open, he just couldn't get anything to fall down in this game, and they really needed him to do that. But he couldn't come through for him in this one. 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He did have 3 boards. He had 5 assists. Obviously, he attracts attention because he can attack, and he has a good way of getting to the spots that he wants to operate at. But if you do that, there's always somebody moving and always somebody on the open end of it. You just got to find them, and he was able to do a good job of that without turning over the ball included. He also had 1 steal, 1 personal foul, was a -6 in plus minus. Carlo got a nice finish, but other than that, he went 1 of 5 from the field and 0 of 3 from 3. He didn't play that well in 14 minutes. He did have 1 rebound, 2 assists, no turnovers, a steal in the block, and 1 personal foul. He was a +1 in plus minus. Easy. 11 minutes, 4 points for him. 2 of 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. Jose Alvarado played 30 minutes. They ended up being the most off the bench, and that's a lot of minutes for anybody off the bench, considering that all the starters did play 30 or more minutes. Um, he had 3 points. He didn't score that well either. 1 of 7 from the field, 1 of 6 from three. He has been a little off and on with his 3 point shooting this season, so you got to live with him taking them. It's a tough shot anyway, and he just couldn't make any tonight. He did have 3 assists though, with no turnovers, 3 personal fouls, and a +2 and plus minus. And Jeremiah Fears, he came off the bench and played 15 minutes. He had 9 points. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Offensively, you would take it. You know, he's going to come in and try to score. He's going to come in and try to push it a little bit, just like Alvarado. Both of them are not really panning out as future point guards at this point, but they're still extremely young, and you never know how they development or how things may go in the future. But he had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and a block, 1 offensive board, 2 personal fouls, and a 0 and plus minus. You can really see that he came in looking to have a big night, and he didn't get it, but he also played a good game when you look at the numbers and you look at how they was defending them in the team. Charlotte Hornets, they got down big. They got down almost by 20 in this game. It was just that ugly for them. But they battled back and was able to get the win. Miles Bridges had a nice alley-oop dunk, but he was a part of the problem. In 31 minutes, he only had 9 points. He was 3 of 11 from the field, 0 of 4 from three, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. I like the fact that he still was attacking and not just settling for threes, even though it still didn't work out for him. You don't want to get too caught up on that end of the offensive end. Just having that mentality to just keep chucking. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. He was a +13 and plus minus. Musa had a nice dunk. Other than that, in 28 minutes, he only took 2 shots. One he missed, one he finished, and he had 2 points, and that was it. He did have 9 boards, 2 assists, and no turnovers. He also had 2 offensive rebounds out of the 9, and 1 personal foul was a +2 and plus minus. I like the fact that he was really good on the boards. That's what he's mainly out there for, besides finishing around the rim or hitting that little push shot that the bigs are doing now. Brandon Miller, 37 minutes. He had 16 points. He took the most shots on the team, which was 21. He went 7 of 21 from the field and 2 of 12 from three. He kept taking them. Obviously, he's a decent 3-point shooter, so you think that he'll get hot or he'll make a couple throughout the game. Never really went that way in this one, but good thing he can score other ways. The problem was he didn't get to the free throw line, so he had a struggle type of game offensively, and we call it in Wisconsin a hard 16 from him. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and a +7 and plus minus. LaMelo Ball, 30 minutes, 24 points, 8 of 20 from the field, 3 of 14 from three, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He had a hard 24, but since the Pelicans wasn't doing too much better, they ended up doing better by getting to the free throw line and making their free throws better than what the Pelicans did. And it ended up being a good formula for them because they had to get some points somehow. And LaMelo went 5 of 5 from the free throw line. And he just struggled making all the other type of shots, whether it's a jumper, floater, whatever it is that he was trying to do. He did a good job of getting a good, clean look at it, but he just couldn't knock him down anyway. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 2 personal fouls, and a +24 and plus minus. And then Con Knipple, he didn't have the greatest offensive game either. He played 36 minutes. He had 17 points. He went 4 of 13 from the field, fell in love with the three. And this one, besides some drives that allowed him to get to the free throw line, he was 4 of 12 from three, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. He did have 9 boards, which is good. You don't really see him get that many, but he also had 2 assists, came with 4 turnovers. He had 2 offensive boards, 1 personal foul, and was a +11 and plus minus. Grant Williams, for some reason, they kept giving him good looks, and he was able to put his down, though. That's the best part about it. Played the most minutes off the bench, which was 20. He had the most points off the bench, which was 16. Not only that, he took the most shots, which was 7, which ain't a lot. But considering that he got to the free throw line too and went 4-4 and 2-4 from 3 and 5-7 from the field, they kept giving him those wide open shots. Some of them was semi-contested. He had the confidence and the touch tonight, and it worked out for him. He also had 9 boards and 1 assist, 1 turnover, 3 offensive boards, 2 personal fouls. It was a -10 and plus minus. Ryan Kalkbringer, 18 minutes, 10 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 3 blocks, and that's what he's really good at, is manning that paint, using his size, his strength, and his athleticism. He's a really, really good big, in my opinion, and he played well tonight. 3 offensive boards out of 7, 3 personal fouls, and was a +7 and plus minus. Colin Sexton didn't shoot the ball that much, but he still went 2 of 4 from the field and 1 of 3 from the three-point line to give them 5 points in 12 minutes. He did have a turnover, no personal fouls. It was a -4 and plus minus. Josh Green, 10 minutes. He didn't score a basket. He didn't take a shot that's wide, even from the free throw line. He also had 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, was a -2 and plus minus. And then Zion James, 19 minutes for him, 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field, or 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 5 rebounds and a turnover. He also had 1 offensive rebound out of the 5 and 2 personal fouls, and a -13 and plus minus. And then you look at team comparisons. 85 field goals taken by the Hornets, they made 40%. 84 taken by the Pelicans, they made 39%. 34 free three-pointers taken by the Pelicans, 32%. 50 three-pointers taken by the Hornets, which is almost double at this point. 24% though, so they didn't really do a good job of making them, even though they did take more than the Pelicans. And the Pelicans took 25 free throws. They made that 72%. The Hornets shot more, which was 27, only by 2, but they still made that 81%. But they killed them on the glass, 59-34. They had less assists, 16-23. And then they also had 16 turnovers that kept them behind a lot. And the Pelicans had 7, 3 steals for the Hornets, 9 for the Pelicans, 3 blocks for the Hornets, 4 for the Pelicans, 13 offensive rebounds for the Hornets, 5 for the Pelicans, and 46 defensive rebounds for the Pelicans, 46 defensive rebounds by the Hornets, 29 for the Pelicans, and then 19 personal fouls for the Hornets, 23 for the Pelicans. And this was a game where the extra effort and the extra shots and a good ball movement and ability to create their own baskets worked a little bit more for the Hornets, and they was able to pull off a hard, tough, very, very close game against the Pelicans. And Pelicans, they just couldn't find anything that was even good, offensively. And the Hornets are not known for their defense. They're not even really known as being a very high-clicking offensive team. But if the Pelicans can't match it, if the Pelicans can't do that well either, it helps out the Hornets when they're struggling too. And then the fact that the Pelicans missed so many shots, it gave them more chances, more opportunities to get back in the game and be able to get a lead. And that's what they ended up doing. But that's as easy as it can be broke down to me. The Pelicans, they really just self-combusted. They really had a hard time scoring the basketball. They did have a hard time just shooting in general. And like I said, even the free throws that they took, 70% is not good enough in a close game. You have a good chance of still being able to pull off the win if you make a couple shots and make a couple free throws and rebound better and put a little bit of extra effort and on the boards, even defensively. And they just could never figure it out. They never could really hold each other accountable. They could never really get that pop back into them, and it ended up being the reason why they lost this game to the Hornets. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.